Have you ever met someone and within days, maybe even hours, felt like they understood you better than anyone ever has? Like you were finally seen, finally chosen, and it felt almost too good to question. That feeling is exactly what we need to talk about today. Hi, my name is Michal, and today I want to walk you through what love bombing actually is, what it looks like in relationships and in religion, the signs to watch out for, and how to get an honest, objective look at what's really happening. I have experienced this personally, and I've also watched it happen to people I really care about. So I want to break this down in a way that helps you actually see it while it is happening. Because the most dangerous thing about love bombing is that it feels like the best thing that's ever happened to you. Okay, so let's start with what love bombing actually is. Love bombing is when someone overwhelms you with excessive affection, attention, gifts, and premature commitment. Not out of genuine love, but as a way to gain control. It's a tactic, and it works because it targets something completely human: our need to feel seen, chosen, and loved. The bombing phase feels incredible, but it does not last. And what comes after it is where things get dangerous. So let's start with part one, relationships. What does love bombing look like in a romantic relationship? There are 3 signs to watch out for. Sign 1, the pace feels unnatural. Everything's moving faster than feels comfortable. Soulmate language in the first few weeks. Never felt this way before. You're different from everyone else. I've been waiting my whole life for someone like you. And it feels amazing to hear, especially if you're coming out of a very painful relationship where maybe you felt invisible, where you felt unloved, where you felt like you were just asking too much to exist. After that, someone pursuing you with this intensity feels almost healing. But let me tell you, real love develops over time. It does not detonate. Okay, sign 2, constant communication that feels like devotion. Good morning text before you're even out of bed. Good night text every single night. Checking in all day. Hey, what are you doing? What are you up to? Who are you hanging out with? It feels like someone who can't get enough of you, but it's actually about them keeping your focus entirely on them. And when you need space, even just a little bit, there's guilt or pressure. There's like, why don't you want to hang out with me? Why don't you want to talk to me? Okay, guys, that's not devotion. That's control. It's dressed up as love. Sign 3, grand gestures that come with invisible strings. And this can look like 2 very different ways. Sometimes it's expensive gifts, lavish experiences, someone who seems to have no limit when it comes to showing you how much you mean to them. And that can feel absolutely incredible. But pay attention to what those gifts come with, because generosity used as a tool eventually becomes leverage. I've given you so much becomes the reason you feel like you can't leave. And then there's the other version, someone who has no job, no income, no financial stability. Their bombing is all the time, all the attention, their presence, compliments, because that is what they have to give. And slowly, quietly, your resources become theirs. Those are 2 very different love bombers, but the same destination, control. So what do healthy boundaries look like in a new relationship? Limiting communication to what feels natural, not what is demanded. Take your time meeting each other's family and friends. That should happen gradually and feel comfortable, not rushed. And before any major decision, or even talk about major decisions like moving in together, marriage, engagement, kids, go through all 4 seasons together first, a full year. Because people show you who they are in all the different seasons of life, who they are under the stress of the holidays, who they are in the slower times of the month, who they are when life gets really hard and stressful. A love bomber cannot sustain the performance for all 4 seasons. They will crack. And you want to see those cracks before you've built your whole life around someone. And please ask yourself honestly, is this relationship adding to my life, or is it slowly becoming my whole entire life? Okay, part 2, guys, religion. I really want to talk to you about love bombing and religion. And I want to be very clear here. This is not about all religion and churches. There are some incredibly healthy, supportive communities out there. But there are also environments that use the same psychological patterns we see in love bombing with relationships. And I say this from personal experience because I grew up in a highly controlled religion. And here's something that I want you to really think about first. When someone is searching for a church or a spiritual community, it rarely comes from a place of feeling completely whole and settled. Usually something has happened, right? A loss, a divorce, a job that fell apart, a season of your life that left you feeling really untethered. You're searching for meaning, for community, for something bigger than what you are going through. And that's vulnerable. And that's exactly when love bombing is most effective. Because right away, you walk through those doors and you are surrounded. You are completely surrounded with all these warm smiles, and they're coming from all directions, immediate conversations, that feeling like these people are so kind. And the language is very specific. We're all family here. You're my brother and sister. God brought you here for a reason. The invitations start immediately. Do you want to go to breakfast, dinner, coffee, small groups? And it feels so good because you came in feeling lost and suddenly you feel found. But here's what I really want you to look for underneath all that warmth. Sign 1. Can you ask questions? Can you question what they believe without being made to feel like doubt is dangerous? A healthy community welcomes curiosity. A controlling one punishes it. Sign 2. Do you have to change who you are to belong? Are you being asked to slowly become a version of yourself that fits their mold? Genuine community accepts you as you are. Control requires you to conform. Sign 3. This is the most dangerous to me. Are you being asked to cut ties with friends who are not members, with family who questions the community, with anyone outside those walls who might offer you a different perspective? This is the most dangerous sign of all, because isolation is how control becomes complete. When the people left in your life are inside of this community, leaving feels impossible. A healthy religious community will never ask you to choose between them and the people that love you. They will welcome your questions. They will give you space to process and doubt and grow, and they will never manufacture emotional highs to keep you coming back. They will never make you feel like the door only swings one way. And if you're noticing here, there is a pattern, and it is the same. Overwhelm at first, attach second, and control later. Why can't we see this? Why is love bombing so hard to see when you're in it? Because, you guys, it's designed that way. The intensity, the affection, the feeling of finally being chosen and seen. It floods your nervous system so fast that your ability to question what's happening totally goes offline. You are not falling in love, you are being flooded. And when your nervous system is flooded, you don't evaluate, you attach. And that's why people around you can see it before you can. They're watching from dry ground. How do you get an objective view here? How do you actually see this clearly? First, please talk to the people who knew you before this. Get their perspective. The people who love you are quietly concerned. Hear them. Second, slow everything down. Real love is not afraid of patience. If slowing down creates pressure, that tells you everything that you need to know. And third, trust the quiet feeling, that gut. Not the high, not the euphoria, but that really quiet voice underneath it all. That says something, that's telling you something just isn't quite right. Your body knows before your mind catches up. Why it becomes dangerous. Because the truth is, the bombing phase always ends. And what comes after is control, isolation, dependency, criticism replacing the praise. And by then you are attached. You try to get back to the beginning, and that's the trap. So if something feels slightly off, please trust that, even if you can't explain it yet. And if someone that you love is in this right now, please stay close, stay steady, be on that dry ground for them, because that fog always lifts. You deserve a love that does not feel like you're drowning. Real love doesn't rush you. It doesn't overwhelm you. It does not take over your entire life. Real love gives you space to breathe. And if you have to lose yourself to keep it, it really was never love to begin with. So, what was your one intention today? I'd love to hear it. Thank you for stopping by. I will see you again soon. Bye.